Hi, and welcome back to Grace Gardening, my gardening and allotment channel. So today I have a question: to remove tomato side shoots or leave them on? Now I'm going to explore the advantages of leaving them on versus the advantages of taking them off. I've got lots of tomato plants in here, 3 different varieties. I'm actually doing another experiment to see if they grow better in grow bags or pots. But today it's all about the side shoots. And because I've got 3 of each variety, I'm going to actually do that experiment this year to see if I leave the side shoots on versus taking them off. So it makes sense. Remove the side shoots so the plant itself can concentrate on the tomatoes. It'll produce bigger, juicier fruit because it's not putting all its energy into the side shoots and supporting a bigger plant with the vines going everywhere and maybe even more tomatoes that it can even support. That makes sense. However, lots of people do get good harvests by just leaving them on. And sometimes the variety of tomato plant also makes a difference. So these on my right, or the ones right in front of me either side, these are the bush variety. These are a tumbling tom. Most will tell you leave the side shoots on these. But again, part of my experiment is going to be, one plant I'll remove the side shoots and the other 2 I might leave on. Likewise, these are the front. These are the cherry tomatoes. These have got side shoots galore. So I'm going to remove the side shoots from 2 of the plants, but leave 1 on. Okay, so the advantages, or the reason why you take them off, apart from the fact that the plant can then produce bigger, juicier fruit, it also increases air supply. So right now, some of these plants are really getting compacted. Without good airflow, you increase the risk of blight and other fungal diseases. So you want lots of airflow to go through. So remove them, makes more airflow. And likewise, by removing these side shoots, can actually let more light in to be able to make the fruit swell bigger, juicier, and then ripen easier. The plant itself can often get quite leggy, and you'll find side shoots sometimes can fall over and really start pulling the plant down. So again, removing them might just help with the overall structure of the tomato plant. Also, removing the side shoots can just simplify the harvest. There's less plant, there's less vines, there's less shoots in the way, so you can get straight in and pick those juicy tomatoes when they're ready. The other argument, leave them on, you're going to get more tomatoes. These side shoots often then produce a truss, which then will have more tomatoes on, but often a tomato plant will just keep making as many as they can. Even if you snip them, they go more and more and more. They're going to produce as many tomatoes as they possibly can. But if you have too many, they're going to be smaller. They won't all ripen, and often at the end of the season, you're left with those green tomatoes that you can't do much with, unless you make green tomato chutney, which is lovely. Sometimes removing the side shoots can actually lead to disease. If you don't use clean secateurs or clean fingernails when you're pinching them out, can actually lead to a fungal infection. It can get into that cut. Whenever removing the side shoots, it's always best practice to do it first thing in the morning. Don't do it late in the afternoon or evening. That's when it can lead to more fungal infections. So do it then. Obviously, it's just more maintenance. If you're leaving the side shoots on, leaving the plant as it is, then you're not really having to do much to it. So pinching out and removing the side shoots is a bit more maintenance. You could argue, is it really that much? It depends how many tomato plants you have. And this experiment that I'm going to do, I'm going to see, do we still get good results by leaving them on? So let me first of all show you how you remove the side shoots, and we'll do a couple of plants just to see how they look before and after. Okay, so this is the Moneymaker tomato. This one's actually in the grow bag. Got 3 of these, and this is the largest one. And actually, I've got my first tomatoes just starting out, so it won't be long. That's a nice big truss there. But just above it, in here, this is the side shoot. This is what I'm talking about. So you pinch it out and remove it. There's another one up here. You literally just pinch it. Or you can use your secateurs to chop it, but it's much easier. They're only little. It's good to just pinch them out. So I'm just going down the plant, just looking to see if we can see any more. Again, there's your side shoot, pinch it out. And then if we look at the tumbling red toms, they are very bushy, but you can see why the argument might be to remove some of these extra stems and the side shoots, because there is not much airflow in there. I think I need to get in and remove some of that, because these are basically going to attract some fungal disease due to the lack of airflow. But here we go. Here's a nice side shoot. Pinch it. Removed. This way the plant can put the energy into the tomatoes, and these are laden with trusses already. I'm expecting a good harvest from these. If we come over to the red cherry, so believe it or not, this big stem is actually a side shoot. You can see how it came out between the two stalks, and it's come all the way up now, and it's grown into almost its own main stem. But considering we have a truss at the end of it, I'm going to leave that one on. It's the smaller side shoots, it's ones like these that I'm going to remove. But I do need to leave one plant with the side shoots as part of my experiment. So lots of trusses already here. There's a good one. Again, that's a bit thicker, that one, so that one just breaks off quite nicely. Exactly the same on the other side. These are the ones growing in pots. There is a distinct difference, by the way. The ones in pots are not doing as well as the ones in the ground. But if I give them enough tomato feed once a week, I think they'll soon catch up. But they're still doing well. Again, lots of trusses this side. I'm not overly concerned. Here's a good example. So this tomato plant comes right up from its main stem, but it's actually sent up another side shoot. So I'm going to take that off just to help put all the energy into this. There's a good side shoot. I can remove that one. Right, I do hope you've enjoyed that video. As I say, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you always remove your side shoots from your tomatoes or you leave them on. Let me know how you get on either way. I'm going to continue tidying these up now, but thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and give me that big, hit that thumbs up button. So I'm off to chop back these tomatoes a little bit more, tidy them up, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye now.